Hey guys, this is Anthony Rigsby coming to you live from Flagstaff, Arizona. Today we're going to be starting a book. It's called Success as a Real Estate Agent for Dummies by Dirk, Zeller. So if you guys want to get the book from Amazon, that's what it looks like. So just click on the link below. But otherwise, I'm just going to get straight into this. Chapter 1, Skills and Strategies of a Successful Agent. Each agent defines success slightly differently. Some agents set their goals in dollars, some are attracted to the opportunity to be their own bosses and build their own businesses, and some want personal control and freedom that a real estate career allows. So achieving success, however, requires the same fundamental basics regardless of what motivates your move into real estate. Agents who build successful businesses share 4 common attributes. First one is they're consistent. They perform success producing activities day in and day out instead of working in spurts, making 50 prospecting calls in 2 days and then walking away from the phone for 2 weeks. They proceed methodically and steadily, day after day, to achieve their goals. And instead of slamming their Facebook friends with a barrage of posts over a 2-week span, they consistently post, engage, respond, and add value multiple times a week. They balance the personal postings that create a window into their personal life with business postings periodically to deliver interesting and relevant value. Number 2, they believe in the law of accumulation. The law of accumulation is a principle that says constant effort, everything. With constant effort, everything in life, whether positive or negative, compounds itself over time. No agent becomes an overnight success, but with consistency, success-oriented activities accumulate momentum and power and lead to success every time. I read an article on Warren Buffett recently. It said 90% of his wealth was accumulated after he was 50 years old. That's compounding. Number 3, they're lifelong learners. Most successful agents never quit improving. Their passion for improvement is acute, and they commit the time, resources, and energy it takes to consistently enhance their skills and performance. You're reading this book because you have a desire to be better, but that quest can't stop with this book. It must continue with the additional reading, watching, listening, and attending events to improve your skills, strategies, and systems. Number 4, they're self-disciplined. They have the ability to motivate themselves to do the activities that must be done. Successful agents show up daily and put in a full day of work on highly productive actions such as prospecting, lead generation, and lead follow-up. They make themselves do the things they don't want to do so that way they can have the things in life that they truly want. Personal discipline is a fundamental building block for success. One of the greatest things about being a real estate agent is being an independent contractor. You're the master of your own domain. You're the only one who can require you to show up to work. That also has a downside if you can't force or discipline yourself to do the harder success producing actions. My own inauspicious beginning. As an original dummy in real estate sales, I'm the perfect author for this book. On my very first listing presentation, I went to the wrong house. Can you imagine arriving at the wrong address for your first presentation? The worst part is the man who answered the door let me in. To this day, I'm not sure why he let me in and let me begin my listing presentation. I was nearly halfway through my presentation before I figured out the mistake. He just sat quietly, listened to me talk about listing his home. He actually did have an interest in selling his home in the near future, so he listened. I finally realized I was in the wrong house when I glanced over and saw the address on a piece of mail on the table. I had transposed a number on the address, which put me in the wrong house. All the while, the real seller was waiting for me down the street. The good news is that I successfully listed the man's home a few months later. In the end, it doesn't really matter where you start your career or what mistakes you make in those early stages. Everyone makes mistakes in new endeavors. What matters most is having a plan or process that keeps you moving down the track towards your goals. Most people would have quit with such a rocky start in mind. However, the sure way to lose is to quit. The only way you win is to keep going. You're already back on the road to real estate success, demonstrated by the fact that you've picked up this book to discover what it takes to become a great agent. This first chapter sets you on your way to success by providing an overview of the key skills that successful real estate agents pursue and possess. Having goal objectives and sales and income targets. One of the first steps towards success is knowing what you want out of your real estate career. However, financial independence is not specific enough answer. I've been in real estate either working in direct sales or teaching, speaking, training, writing, or coaching people for nearly 30 years. I've spoken to sales audiences on 5 different continents. I've met hundreds of thousands of agents. and nearly everyone started selling real estate with the same goal of financial independence. Countless times I've asked the questions, tell me, how do you find financial independence? What I usually hear in response is some variation of, so I don't have to worry about money anymore. Remember, the key to eliminating money worries is establishing a financial goal, an actual number, that you need to accumulate in order to achieve the quality of life you want to enjoy. Financial independence boils down to one number. It can be a gross number, a net income, or created annually or monthly from your asset base. Set that number in your mind and then launch your career with the intention to achieve your goal by a specific date. Having your financial goal in mind, you find clarity and can see past the hard work that lies ahead of you. When you have to endure the rejection, competition, disloyal customers, and challenges that are inevitable along the way, your knowledge about your wealth you're working to achieve helps you weather the storms of the business. I must share that this focusing on your financial independence number is more real to me today than ever. I realize that these steps I just shared with you, I did myself 30 years ago. I created a plan as I have exactly described for you. I have worked that plan for 30 years and has compounded to the point where I don't have to work. The financial piece of the puzzle has been accomplished. I choose to work because I enjoy what I do, not because I need the money it brings. That is true freedom and financial independence. I wish that all for you as well. Acting like a top producer from day one. Real estate agents join doctors, dentists, attorneys, accountants, financial planners in the ranks of licensed professionals who provide guidance and counsel to clients. The biggest difference is that most real estate agents don't view themselves as top-level, highly paid professionals. Most agents, along with a good portion of the public, perceive themselves as real estate tour guides, as home inventory access providers, or even as mere cogs in the wheel of the property sale transactions. The best agents, however, know and act differently. The internet and the open access to real estate information has censored the view that agents are simply home access providers. Consumers in the real estate market are able to find so much information online that they often view themselves as the experts and the agents as simply as key masters. The increasing strength of online of third-party sources of real estate information like Zillow, Trulia, and Realtor.com has created another gap between agents and consumers. I'm not advocating a return to the dark ages of MLS books the size of a local telephone book with the property information printed bi-weekly. That is certainly a bygone era. But to succeed in these technological times, we must expand our offerings and showcase that our services go well beyond basic real estate information and access into homes. We must clearly communicate with the online consumers what they don't have access to, what information they are lacking, along with the benefits and values, even if they're in their early researching period. Remember, real estate agents are fiduciary representatives and financial advisors, not people paid to unlock front doors of houses for prospective buyers. A fiduciary is someone who is hired to represent the interests of another. A fiduciary owes another person a special relationship of honesty, commitment, exclusivity, and representation, ethical treatment, and protection. Build your real estate business with a strong belief in the service and benefits you can provide your clients, and you'll provide a vital professional service while being recognized as a valuable professional you are. Serving your professional representation. Real estate agents represent the interests of their clients. As an agent, you're bound by honor, ethics, and duty to work on your client's behalf to achieve the defined and desired results. This includes the following functions. Defining the client's objective. To serve as a good fiduciary representative, you need to start with a clear understanding of the objectives that your client is aiming to achieve through the sale or purchase of the property. Too many agents get in trouble by starting out with uncertainty about the interests of the people that are representing. Number 2, delivering counsel. In the same way that attorneys counsel clients on the most effective way to proceed legally, it is your job to offer similarly framed counsel so that way your clients can reach real estate outcomes that they seek. That counsel can be very based on the client's goals and objectives as well as the state of the marketplace. You will counsel a client differently in a seller's market than in a buyer's market. Turn to Chapter 3 to understand how market conditions influence what to say and do. An attorney may encourage a client to proceed with a lawsuit when the client has a high probability of winning, or she might recommend an out-of-court settlement when odds point towards a court loss that could leave the client with nothing but legal bills to pay. Likewise, You need to be able to steer your clients toward good decisions regarding the value of their homes, the pricing strategies that they adopt, the marketing approaches they follow, and the way their contract is negotiated in order to maximize their financial advantage. Diagnosing problems and offering solutions is number 3. A good agent, like a good doctor, spends a great deal of time examining situations, determining problems, and prescribing solutions. In an agent's case, the focus is the condition and health of a home a client is trying to buy or sell. The examination includes the analysis of the property's condition, location, neighborhood, school district, curb appeal, landscaping, market competitiveness, market demand, availability for showing, and value versus price. The diagnosis involves an unvarnished analysis of what a home is worth and what changes or corrections are necessary. Some say agents should present all the options available to their clients and then recommend the course of action they feel best. By doing this, agents allow their clients to make the final decision. Although many experts praise the virtues of this approach, I prefer the diagnostic and prescriptive approach because it positions you better as the expert. When clients make poor choices such as setting the wrong price in their home or making an initial offer that is too low, you may still receive some or all of the blame even though they chose the wrong option. No matter the style of your counsel to a client, whether more advisory or assertive, your success in guiding your clients to a successful outcome is based on your expert analysis and application of the variables to the marketplace. Many agents get in trouble because they lack the conviction to tell their clients the truth they don't want to hear. If a home is overpriced or not ready for showing, or if an offer is too low for seller consideration, it's the agent's job to speak up with sound advice. In these situations, you could get blamed for a poor outcome. You may also run the risk of doing all this work and not getting compensated for the time you invested. To prepare yourself for the task, flip to Chapter 12, which helps you determine and advise sellers regarding a home's ideal price. Chapter 13, which helps you counsel clients regarding changes they need to make before showing their property. And Chapter 15, which helps you counsel clients to the final purchase or sale negotiation. Troubleshooting. Unavoidably, many times you have to be the bearer of bad news. Market conditions may shift, and the price of a seller's home may need to come down. A buyer may need to sweeten initial offers to gain the seller attention. A loan request may be rejected, or you may need to confront sellers because the animal smells in their home may be turning buyers away. Or a home that buyers really want may end up selling to somebody else. At these times, your calm attitude, solution-oriented approach, and solution agent-client relationship will win the day. Chapter 16 is full of advice for achieving and maintaining the kind of relationship excellence that smooths your transactions and leads to long-lasting and loyal clients. Making the right financial decisions. When you help clients make the right real estate decisions, your advice has a long-lasting effect on your clients' financial health and wealth. Their decisions based on your counsel will affect their short-term equity as long as their long-term financial independence. According to a study by the Society of Actuaries, the equity in one's home on average represents 70% of one's total assets. In most cases, home equity is the single largest asset that people own. Your ability to guide clients to properties that match their needs and desires, that fit within their budgets, and that give them long-term gain from minimal initial investment impacts their financial health and wealth for years to come. Remember, your influence as a wealth advisor reaches far beyond clients who are in a position to own investment real estate. In your early years, many of your clients might be first-time home buyers who are taking their first steps into the world of major financial transactions. Advise them well, and they'll remain clients and word-of-mouth ambassadors for years to come. See Chapter 16 for more information about keeping clients for life. Avoiding the role as a designated door opener. Before the advances of the internet, the consumer's only avenue to information about homes for sale was through a real estate agent. Every other week, agents received phone book-sized periodicals presenting information on properties for sale, with each new entry accompanied by a small, grainy black and white picture. I know that seems hard to imagine in our information-rich technological world. Agents as necessary evils, a mindset that comes and goes. The mindset that agents are overpaid and unnecessary to the real estate process continues to gain traction. This mindset gains momentum, especially when a robust market leads to low home inventories and a quick sale of homes that often receive multiple offers given the short time they're on the market. Sellers feel like their home will sell no matter who lists it, so they go cheaper. This mindset has increased in the intensity and breadth of expanded online access to real estate information. It is further developed as companies like Zeller and Trulia grant broader information services in the real estate industry segment. When times are booming, a segment of consumers and new home builders begins to question the value of the agent's services against the associated fees. During the best of market times, some home builders even go so far to sell their houses without allowing agent representation or compensation. The silver lining is that when times are good, so many properties are moving that the few listings affected by an agent is unnecessary. Mindset hardly limits opportunity. Plus, booms don't last forever. When the markets swing back and forth, as it will many times during your career, you need to be prepared to adjust your offerings. The ability to master your present marketplace trends while working to prepare for the next market shift is a skill of elite agents. Today, consumers can go online without going to a real estate office to launch their real estate searches. With a few keystrokes and mouse clicks, they have access to a greatly expanded version of the kind of information that agents use to control. There are tens of thousands of sites that offer access to real estate information and access to properties for sale. However, when consumers discover a home that they want to see, they must contact either the owner or an agent to gain access inside. This is where things get tricky. 15 years ago, only 8% of buyers found the home they wanted to purchase on their own through the internet. Last year, 44% of buyers found their home online themselves and then contacted a real estate agent. The consumer is clearly doing more online research and finding what they want. Warning: only a consumer signs off the web and contacts an agent to get inside the home, as if the agent is Often a consumer signs off their web and contacts an agent to get inside the home, as if the agent is simply an entry device. As an agent, you need to demonstrate special skills to engage the customer. Then you need to add your value to your skills by having inside market knowledge, keeping up with the trends in the marketplace, being aware of technological advances, and having other properties you know about that might be similar to the property that's created the inquiry. With this added know-how, you have an edge over other agents, which allows you to convert the inquiry into a committed buyer client for your business. So securing customers and clients. Imagine that you're on the game show Jeopardy and that you're given seconds to provide the most important response of your career. Imagine that you've been asked to write down a question that prompts the answer. The function that makes or breaks a real estate agent's success. If this music contained music, do you know what tune it would be playing right now? Okay, time's up. How did you respond? The money-making reply is, what is creating customers? How did you score? Did you answer, what is customer service? If so, you gave the same answer that more than 95% of new agents give. In fact, more than 90% of experienced agents don't win points with their answers either. Only a few rare agents see customer creation as a golden approach that it is. Rule number one, it's about lead generation. You have to be excellent at customer development and customer service. However, in terms of priority, you have to be first at exemplary at lead generation. Following are a few reasons. Number one, you can't serve customers if you don't create customers in the first place. And because customer service excellence results from customer service experience, customer development is a necessary prerequisite to outstanding customer service. Number two, most consumers have been provided with such a poor service that their expectations are remarkably low. When service providers do what they say they'll do in an agreed upon time frame, consumers are generally content with the service they receive. An internet-based customer, which is a growing segment, wants ease of service, faster service, and lower cost service. The truth is that competing on the first two is better than the low cost service model. The real estate industry is more personalized in the service it renders than many other internet-based businesses. Responsiveness is one of the keys to success in the internet realm. Certainly you want to develop the kind of expertise that delivers exemplary, outstanding service, but if you commit from the get-go to do what you said you'd do when you said you'd do it, your delivery will be better than most. Number three, between creating Customers and delivering service. Customer creation is a more complex task. Customer creation requires sales skills and an ongoing, consistent, persistent prospecting for clients. It requires marketing, promotion, and branding of yourself and your service offerings. To develop customers inexpensively and effectively, you have to gain the level of skill and comfort necessary to pick up the phone and call people you know or the people you don't know to ask them for the opportunity to do business with them or to refer you to others who may be in the market for your service. It also requires encouragement and interaction via social media avenues. You need to be able to engage with Facebook to connect people you know. You also need to be effective in marketing your message online through targeted ads, boosted posts. Additionally, you must be watching for these clues about life changes. Think new baby, kids going off to college, divorce, and these social media interactions and platforms. If you attract the right kinds of customers into your business, your clients will match well with your expertise and abilities, and service will become easier and more natural offering. If you attract the right type of customers, you'll also reap the greater quantity and quality of referrals. Developing sales ability to win customers. Remember, the single most important skill for a real estate agent is sales ability, and sales ability is how you win customers. Your sales ability is based on how effective you are in generating prospects, following up on those prospects to secure appointments, preparing for those appointments, conducting the appointments to secure an exclusive agency contract, and then providing service to the recently created client. People also base your ability on how quickly you can accomplish all this. Because you're holding this book, I'm willing to bet that you've either just come out of training to receive your real estate license, or you're in the early days of your career. In either case, decide right now to master the skills of selling in order to fuel your success. In my view, sales skills in the real estate industry are at the lowest I've seen in 30 years. So much effort and emphasis has been placed on technology and social media training in real estate that companies and agents have lost their way through the sales skills and sales strategies that are foundational to success in a sales-based industry. You might be a younger, new real estate agent. That means that you are more native to technology, but it also means that you naturally communicate through technology platforms, but may lack the face-to-face interpersonal skills that older generation real estate agents grew up with. Typically, selling in real estate is done, even in the technological world, face-to-face. According to NAR, 67% of buyers buy through the first agent they meet with. Highlighting that. It's hard to believe that 95% of agents lack top-level sales skills. In my career in training and coaching, I've met hundreds of thousands of agents. Very few, even at the top of echelon of earnings, have had any formalized sales training. Whenever I speak to trainings, I always ask the audience how many have taken any formalized sales trainings, and I usually see a few hands out of the hundreds in the room. The other reason I know sales skills are lacking is because I coach some of the best and highest earning agents in the world, and even they believe their sales skills can use improvement. Most agents record their prospecting sessions or listing presentations, but I've yet to meet one who feels like they have nailed their sales skills. The difference between those high-earning agents and other agents is that high-earning agents realize that their sales skills are vital to success, and they continuously seek excellence in this area. How times have changed. Years ago, salespeople were taught that a great presentation involved making the case, going in for an early and repeated close, and then bullying the client into submission to secure the deal. Believe it or not, some trainers in the real estate industry still teach us an antiquated sales model, which represents verbal jungle more than client development. Look at the following breakdown of a presentation today compared to one in a days long past. Today's presentation allocation, 40% is building trust and confirming needs, 30% is presenting your benefits and advantages, 20% is discussing your price, 10% is closing or getting information. Time allocation in the days long past, 10% was used building rapport, 20% was used qualifying, 30% was used presenting, and 40% was used closing. The big difference. Today's best agents spend nearly 3/4 of a presentation giving prospects their reason to say yes by focusing on the prospect's situation and needs and how the agent can provide the best solution. Yesterday's agents spend virtually no time defining their client situations or their own unique solutions. Instead, they spent nearly 3/4 of the presentation making a sale and going for a high pressure close. We've come a long way. Tip: to follow the high earnings agent's example, make it your priority to develop and consistently improve your sales skills for the following reasons. Number 1, to secure appointments. Chapter 8 provides practically everything you need to know about winning leads and appointments through prospecting and follow-up activities. Number 2, to persuade expired and for sale by owners listings to move their properties to your business. Chapter 10 is full of secrets and tips to follow as you pursue this lucrative and largely untouched field. Number 3, to make persuasive presentations that result in positive buying decisions. Chapter 12 helps you with every step from pre-qualifying prospects to planning your presentation. It's packed with tips for perfecting your skills, addressing and overcoming objections, and ending with a logical and successful close. A real estate market won't dictate your success. According to the National Association of Realtors, more than 40% of agents didn't close a single transaction last year, and another 20% closed only one transaction. This clearly demonstrates the lack of sales and lead generation skills in the industry. Warning: in robust market conditions, leads are abundant and relatively easy to attract, especially buyer leads. But when the market slows, as it inevitably will, real estate success becomes less automatic. Only great sales skills guarantee that you, rather than some other agent, will win clients no matter the market conditions. The best agents make more money in a challenging market than they do in a robust market. Remember, regardless of economics, every market contains real estate buyers and sellers. No matter how slow the economy, people always need and want to change homes. Babies are born, managers get transferred, couples get married, people divorce. And with all these transitions, real estate opportunities arise for those with the strategies to target those opportunities and the skills to sell their unique value. The way to build immunity to shifting market conditions is to arm yourself in skills in prospecting, lead follow-up, presentation, objection handling, and closing. The reasoning and rationale for being a strong listing agent. In real estate, there's a saying, you list to last. In your early days, you're likely to build a business by working primarily with buyers. But in time, you begin to develop your own listings, and after that, you begin your climb to real estate pinnacle position, which is that of a listing agent. Typically, a larger percentage of referral businesses will be buyer-based. This means that you need to eventually develop a method outside of referrals to create and attract listings. To create long-term success, a high quality of life, and a strong real estate business, set as your goal to eventually join the elite group. Compromise of fewer than 5% of all agents who are listing agents. The advantages are many, starting with number 1, multiple streams of income. Listings generate interest and trigger additional transactions. After the minute you announce your listing by putting a sign on the ground, uploading the property to your website, and placing the listing in the MLS, syndicating the listing to the sites like Zeller, Realtor.com, and thousands of others, you will start to receive calls, emails, and texts from active buyers, calls from neighbors, inquiries from drive-by traffic, inquiries from people wanting to live in the area. These leads or inquiries represent current and future business opportunity that only arise when you have a listing with your name on it. Promotional opportunity. A listing gives you the reason to advertise and draw the attention of prospects whom you convert to clients and future prospects. And when your listing sells, you can spread the word of your success with another round of communication to those in the neighborhood on social media and throughout your sphere of influence. Number 3, a business multiplier. Talk to any listing agent and you'll have this fact confirmed. One listing equals more than one sale. Number 4, it creates quality of your life. Being a strong listing agent creates quality of life as well. By my 4th year in real estate, I was on pace to sell 150 homes. I was in construction of a vacation home in Bend, Oregon. Joanne, my wife, was a general contractor. She needed to be on site on Fridays to meet with the subcontractors. I shifted to working Mondays through Thursdays and taking Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays off. It was totally unheard of for an agent to take weekends off then, and even now. I would not have been able to accomplish a high level of sales and time off without being a strong listing agent. I didn't work a buyer the rest of my real estate sales career. They typically want to see property on weekends. I was enjoying my lifestyle at my vacation home, playing golf, snowshoeing, hiking, and biking. Number 5, a free team of agents working for you. The moment you post your listings, all the other agents in your area will go to work on your behalf. And the best part is they don't require payment until they deliver a buyer. And they'll be paid not by you, but by your seller through a commission structure. Much of the information in this book focuses on developed listings because to achieve top level of success, listings are the name of the game. So choosing your avenue to success. Agents typically follow one of these 4 basic approaches in the quest to achieve real estate success. Number 1, become a workaholic. More than 80% of agents who generate a reasonable income achieve their success by turning their careers into a 7-day-a-week, 24-a-day-hour job. They answer emails, texts, private messages, and business phone calls day and night. And they make themselves consistently available to prospects and clients. And they work on demand with no restraints or boundaries because of technology. That can lead to burnout. Number 2, they buy clients. The second most frequent pathway to success is to buy business through excessive marketing campaigns. Marketing can be a valuable tool, but you must monitor, track, and count the results. You have to be consistent in your marketing and branding. You can't start and stop campaigns. Some agents buy their way to top-level real estate success by investing in large branding and marketing campaigns. You will get called, texted, and emailed endlessly with both online and offline marketing and lead generation. The challenge is the risk versus reward position. And earlier in your career, the risk is even greater. Others buy their way to the top by discounting their commissions, offering themselves at lower prices. These agents eliminate the need to emphasize their skills, abilities, and expertise. Number 3, they take the shady road. Another avenue to real estate financial success is to abandon ethics and just go for the deal and resulting in money. Unlike the vast majority of agents who advise and advocate for their clients, agents who take this route choose not to be bound by ethics or any codes of conduct. They put their own needs first and put their clients' best interests in distant second place. Fortunately, these agents are few and far between. Number 4, they build a professional services business. The 4th and best pathway is to create a well-rounded professional service business, not unlike that of a doctor, dentist, attorney, or accountant. The balance of the 2 connected and complementary segments of prospecting, lead generation, lead conversion, and marketing is essential to reach this level. Fewer than 5% of all agents follow this route, yet the ones who do are the ones who usually earn the largest sums of money, some exceeding $1 million annually, while they have high-quality lives and time for friends and family. Plus, when they're ready to bow out of their industry, they have a business asset they can sell to another agent. See the sidebar, mining gold from your professional services business, for more details on creating an asset you can sell. This is the route I urge you to follow. Each of the following chapters in this book tells you exactly how to build your own professional services business. Mining gold from your professional services business. The best professionals provide ongoing services to clients who wouldn't think of taking care of their business elsewhere. These professionals develop reputations and client loyalty that reside in their company name even after the founding professionals move on to other ventures or into retirement. Doing more than just earning an income and building a clientele, these professionals build an asset that they can sell, which allows them to receive compensation from the value of the businesses they built. As a favorite example, my father was a dentist for 30 years. When he decided to retire, he sold his practice to another dentist. He sold his building, equipment, and most importantly, he sold his patient roster, which ranked in the majority of the money he received. A real estate agent builds a well-rounded, successful business can enjoy a similarly lucrative sale. In fact, your objective should be to build the kind of business you can sell at the completion of your real estate career. I worked with a coaching client a few years ago as she prepared her business for sale. She tracked lead-making strategies, lead conversion rates, client satisfaction, listings, buyers, and net profit. Then for 2 years, we worked together to improve all the facets of the business until they were fine-tuned to perfection. She is among the minority 5% of agents who built a truly well-rounded business. Her result? Her real estate practice sold from well over $1 million. How is that possible? So guys, that's chapter 1. Like I said, it's the book is called Success as a Real Estate Agent for Dummies, a Wiley brand. The author is Dirk Zeller. He's the founder of Real Estate Champions. So if you guys click on the link below, you guys will be able to go to Amazon. You guys can order this book. You know, I highly recommend getting the book and actually following along, so that way you guys can actually take notes, because whenever you write something down, your brain tends to remember more. And just remember this: a pen will always be stronger than the strongest mind. You know, the mind can always forget things, but if you write stuff down, you're more likely to remember it. So with that being said, that's chapter 1. I'll get into chapter 2. You know, we can get that rolling. Otherwise, I'll talk to you guys soon.